So then Darby Allin's entrance was the first thing live that the people saw. And he came out and he was pissed off. And without any further ado, he calls Brody King out right now. And I guess Saturday night on the show that nobody else watches, that Brody King jumped him or whatever, right? He's answered the. Remember Darby?
No.
What? No.
The footage they showed, everything was from 2022.
Well, I saw that they were showing stuff from years ago, but I thought they said something about this guy because Darby issued an open challenge. Did Brody King just answer the open challenge, but he didn't jump him except for what he jumped him 2 years ago? Why didn't Darby bother to get even in this amount of time? Was he lulling him into a false sense of security?
The more Darby talks and gives this weird homeless inspirational speech, the more I don't like him.
Yeah. But well, this was another double turn. Because he called Brody King out. They showed Brody King, fucking him up a couple of years ago, and Brody King came out. And Darby starts doing the promo about how they used to be friends. They were on the indies. They stayed in crackhead motels this guy's so proud of being a fucking shiftless, irresponsible, homeless bum all his life. But can't they act like anybody's a star? Did everybody have to exist in cesspools and fucking flop houses with this guy? So Darby's upset because after a bunch of talk of the indies and how Darby's the one that told Tony Khan to hire Brody King. So the noted heel in the House of Black got hired due to a babyface telling the boss, yeah, he's a great guy.
That's the problem. The whole thing is we used to fight on the indies, and then we would hang out at the hotel.
Yes.
And then I told him to hire you.
It's all inside bullshit that it does not pertain in any way to any of the stories they tell on the TV show until they come out and do one of these inside promos. And Darby has actually said he is the face of AEW. And he's got to be the face. He's got the responsibility. He's getting these people hired. He's dead. Brody King comes out and answers his challenge or whatever he did to him. And Brody King calmly and normally, instead of having this fucking mental breakdown that Darby is having, yelling and pissed and pacing, Brody says, you want to be the face of AEW, but what's going to happen to AEW if you kill yourself on Mount Everest? Or you get hit by then the AEW's face is dead. You've got a death wish and you'll fuck it all up. Calmly and matter-of-factly, the heel becomes the voice of reason.
I was going to say, what a reasonable, thoughtful guy. You almost wonder if he's speaking for The Office.
Yes, and he actually said you need somebody to save you from yourself. The heel becomes the calm voice of reason while the babyface is having a meltdown. So then Darby throws a hissy fit. Well, then let's go right now. Go ahead, you want to take my spot? Take my spot, put me out of my misery. The heel is calm and rational. The face is a hysterical, whiny bitch. And then Darby says, go ahead. Hoo, hoo, hoo. He starts barking at Brody King, and he's sitting in the corner barking at the fucking guy. And Brody King says, get up. And Darby gets up and slaps him in the face. And this guy is twice his weight and a foot taller, so Brody King just knocks him goofy with one shot and turns babyface. It was a double turn. The Darby, the babyface, is a hysterical, irrational, screaming lunatic here, and the heel makes perfect sense and is calm until he gets slapped in the face. Then he knocks Darby goofy, and then Darby pulls out a rock. Just a rock, and hits...
I've never seen that in wrestling before.
It hits Brody heel. It's Brody King in the mouth with it, and he spits up the blood. He's bleeding from the mouth, and security comes in. So the final act was the alleged babyface hitting the alleged heel in the face with a rock. despite the fact that the heel was barehanded and unarmed. So that was that.
Tony D'Angelo, the double switch there, it was his hometown. So at least you had that. This was Darby's hometown, wasn't it? This is Washington.
Well, so that's why he decided to show his ass? What? I don't...
One of the wrestlers I wish they can curse. Who the fuck are you to lecture me about anything, Darby?
Yeah, what success has this guy had in his life past a billionaire giving him a job, making a ton of money suddenly, that before he was sleeping in his car and an irresponsible fucking juvenile delinquent?
Get Brody King credit. He made so much sense.
Yeah, I don't want to see you do this to yourself, and you'll let the company down. Oh, you motherfucker!
How selfish are you? You're the face of the company. You're going to go die on Mount Everest.
Yeah. He just will have to come up there with an ice pick and chip your ass out.
This could be his new thing after the House of Black, the thoughtful giant.
But seriously, these guys obviously don't know how to portray themselves. They don't know how they come off to normal people on television. The small subgroup of the audience out there that is predisposed to like these people no matter what. Past that, none of them have a clear picture of how they look and how they should be presented, and there's nobody telling them any different.